travelers. It's Airport Manager Rever, and we are here at the Rever Stanaville Airport, and we are becoming quite the hub. So we are here today. If you didn't watch the last episode, you might want to, because today is going to be mostly about let's see how we did with our scheduling of everything. And I came back because we have the first, people of the day coming into the airport, the first travelers making their way in already at 3. We've got, I wouldn't call it a crowd, but those people like my mom who like to get to the airport 4 hours early, right? Just so they can make sure they're not going to miss their plane. I was never that person. I was always not the last minute, but the second minute from the last. So there we go. So let's speed time up because nothing's going to happen too exciting. And you can see we got down to $5,000. So that's kind of good in the sense that at least we didn't go negative. Now how much money did we actually make yesterday? We didn't spend a lot on stuff, right? So we shouldn't have 4,000 or 4,200 materials, which I'm not even sure. I forget what that was, but so we lost because we bought extra fuel. Yeah. But if we didn't lose money on the fuel, we would have made a few bucks, but it's kind of hard to look at this one. Plus we spent money on the research. Let's just say we'll try not to spend too much extra money today. And at the end of day 78, we'll see how we do. Now, we're just going to run around and look for any kind of problems that we have. I'll try to keep the screen zoomed in so those of you with smaller screens can see. But at the same time, we're getting kind of big. It's hard to pick out the problems sometimes, too, if you're zoomed in too far. But good. Well, we're getting everybody through first thing in the morning. My big concern is that, let's see, is there a certain time that I would be the most concerned about? Nah, just, probably around 9 a.m. I would start getting, when they're trying to get in here for the 9 a.m. flights would probably be the first. Like I said, the good thing about you can jam your flights up a little bit early in the morning because you don't have any lines, right? So, like the first few people get through just fine no matter what. And then the problem is that, not everybody for the first plane comes through. There's the last minute people, and they need to get through in order to get to their flights. That's your probably biggest problem with passengers missing and all that kind of thing. How are we doing down in baggage? In other words, this plane's going to leave in a few minutes, say, and when it goes to leave, all of the passengers may not be through the security yet, but we're doing really pretty well, getting up past 7 o'clock in the morning. We had a little tiny bit of a line in security, but that's nothing. That's not the kind of line. A couple people standing there for a minute is not the problem. Now the other issue is, let's take a look at this. Now that seems, I don't know, kind of reasonable. I don't know if it's certainly not unreasonable, I don't think, as far as the demand. A little bit off here. Yeah, look, see, we had a little peak in the morning. Other than that, I think we balanced it out a little better. We certainly seem like we're going to get more people through here, right? Yeah, so we're getting a security line. We like lines because lines mean people are working. But it's certainly, pointing towards the fact that we might want to build a little bit more in the security zone if we get, if we go any bigger, right? That's part of what we're doing today, too, is we're sort of stretching our wings, seeing what we need. And then, at some point in the future, we're going to build these other gates over here. So we want to get an idea of how much we can handle. Now, keep in mind, not all days are created the same, right? So even though this might work today, it might be even more jammed up tomorrow. So it's good to let a few days go by before you throw in 27 more gates. But really, more gates aren't what I plan on doing next anyway, right? So what I'd like to do is get those offices moved first, just so we can get that done kind of out of the way. And then we can talk about how we do the upstairs a little bit more. And not necessarily, I definitely like the idea of maybe taking this whole area over with ticketing somehow and then having some escalators up here that people can go out, and then the problem would be like, do we replace all these with large, we can start getting into a lot of stuff, but I'd like to get this electrical moved, and our maintenance is kind of sad sitting out there, outside here. So far, now how are we doing here? Yeah, we're doing fine. I mean, I think we could probably use some more seating, to be honest. Let's go ahead and do that while we're objects, comfort. Let's not put them in there. Man, I don't want to put them. Why don't we do like a little alcove-y kind of thing here, right? Yeah, we'll put another one like. Flip this around. Yeah, a couple more. Well, we could do the same thing over here. And this, put some against the wall there. Right, let's go back to objects, comfort. Right. Yeah, that's fine, and then we'll give them extra places to sit. Get that plus value going, because that is something to watch out for. You spend a lot of your time getting them in the airport. Just know that you can get some negative ratings if they're not happy as they leave the airport too. So not that it's as important as the ones that are sitting here for a long time, but it's certainly something worth doing. There we go. We're getting through the day, really. I haven't really noticed any problems. We didn't pay attention for what I thought would be the busiest time. But I definitely think we're going to be raking in the money if this works out well. And I think, in the next episodes after this, definitely, one of the reasons I want to get upstairs is so that we can start really straightening this out more and get to like our final plan, because I think it'd be worth. I think it's fine to have some stores down here, but I'm really thinking that the upper floor becomes like more the where people sit and wait. And I would be willing to move these flights over here for a little while, like build this part here and then start replacing each of these. Now, I don't know, would we even replace this one? I might like to take over and get rid of this part of the airport so that we could expand this out a little bit more, the building. Right? Do we really need that gate? If we just take another large gate, we put those flights over there. But in the meantime, we could use it to move each one of them, over. We'll move this one, make it a big gate, move this one, make it a big gate. Then when we get to this one, we just eliminate it and move all of those flights over to here. Yeah, so how are we doing? Yeah, we're doing fine. I don't know if we have an issue with people. Let's see, why are people not happy? And this is something else I want to do soon. And I before I started decorating, so boredom, frustration, bladder. Yeah, they're pretty bored. 29, environment -50, yeah. Yeah, so we're definitely want to improve the environment, and I think we have fairly enough things, but I haven't put down any flooring, and I think that the flooring's going to hurt us, but I didn't want to do too much of that. A, because we didn't have that much money, and B, because we were still just building things, right? So it's, when we go to do this upstairs for the offices, I didn't want to, because I didn't know exactly where things would lay out, I didn't want to start changing them. But as we start building into the upstairs more and making those quote final decisions, I think we'll be better off. Look at that. We got 430,000. Now, some of that's going to be fuel, right? Let's see. How much? 278,000 of that was fuel, which we have to pay back a lot of that in a way of looking at it. But, at the same time, we've got, that means we started out with $5,000. So we've already made over 100,000 for the day. Oh, look at that. Now we're getting a line. 4 o'clock in the afternoon. As long as it doesn't get any worse. And our ticketing's doing okay. Yeah, our security's getting quite busy. Right, as long as it doesn't get too much worse than this, I think we're in good shape. And again, if it just gets this bad, I'm okay with that. If it gets too much worse, then we definitely want to consider. And maybe we want to just consider building this next anyway. Right? Like just getting this part of the foundation done. And then that way when we do want to expand it and when we wanted to go upstairs, we can talk about an unsecured area here. Because I was thinking at one point that we could put the offices over here. But I don't know that there's any... The only advantage to that would be like where we have our drop-offs coming in. But I was thinking about it. That's, you know, if we did the ticketing downstairs, I think one way or the other we would have plenty of room to put some stairs in after the security. Because we have this whole like electrical area. So we could force people to go up like a number of stairs or escalators right here. But look at that clump of people coming into baggage claim. I hope our baggage claim is up to it. Yeah, you know, I mean, people are most unhappy. There we go. We got a little plus symbol on them, right? Yeah, let's see this little chart. Yeah, so really, I mean, again, environment. I think we're going to work on environment shortly. And, you know, now that we're most of the way through the day, we'll just have to see what happens at night. But I'm thinking that what we do is maybe we go upstairs and start building, you know, getting those offices moved just for the sake of getting that project done. Look, we're up to 512. Now, how are we doing on the fuel? Right. So fuel is 46%. Yeah, so I think we're in good shape as far as... I don't think it hurt us to add that extra tank. Right, because why not? Yeah, I think we're doing okay. I think we're on the borderline with security, but that's kind of where you want to be. I think we can roll with this for a little while, but I definitely think if we add another gate, we definitely want to do more security. And then if we add 2 more extra large gates, we're going to want to do even more. And maybe even some more ticketing at that point too. But yeah, but we're making it. I don't know. Let's see. Do we have... Where do we get that? Perfect ops bonus. Yeah, see, look, we've been getting the perfect ops the last few days, which is good. So now today should have more flights, right? Yeah, this will be the first day with a few more flights. Yeah, see, that's nice. We get an extra 21,000 for that perfect ops bonus. So let's see, we're already up to 2,100. We'll just keep riding with this fast forward. But I'm not seeing any. I mean, I'm sure the cafes, yeah, cafe's a pretty popular place. But again, that's why I want to get this moved. And then once we get that moved, we can talk about what we do. And I'm really thinking of having the second floor be where we focus a lot of our stores and such. And then use this bottom floor more as a way to shuttle people in and out effectively. Right, so in other words, like we could have escalators going down to get them down to like this corridor from wherever they're at. And then, yeah, I'm really liking the idea of moving these gates over to here. So I think after we build and get these offices moved to a proper location, and that's just so that they function better than they are, I think what we'll do is start talking about like an expansion over here, get this other gate in, just with the purpose of being able to replace these gates with large gates that we can then take in large flights, right? We can take in whatever kind we want, but also have this whole thing move to the upper floor. I definitely think I'm liking that idea. And there we go. So we paid for our fuel for the day. We have 300,000. Yeah, so let's just let's go past midnight, and then because it'll take another hit out of our money, and then we'll go spend some of that money on moving those offices. All right? Yeah. Yeah, and then the next thing I'd want to do is, yeah, probably move this electrical, and then I'd want to start building like away from here. Let's go upstairs. I'd want to start building away from here over to here. And so do we fill in this spot? Right, and this blue would be where our offices are. Let's go back down. And then I'm thinking we give them a way to get upstairs, like over in this region. Obviously, we have our kitchen here for now, but you know, I'm picturing like some stairs here. We put a wall here. Yeah, because we could have like a whole bunch of stairs going up. Like I said, I'm not sure how this gate would work out too well. Yep. All right. You know what? Let's go to regular time speed, and then let's go back upstairs. And I want to spend our money. We don't have too much, but you know, we'll spend what we made yesterday. I don't want to go into too much debt over all of this, right? Yeah. So we can only go. So let's just go and build as big an area as we can afford, and that's probably about as big as we can afford because we will still have some more expenses through the night. Like we still have to pay for these buses and such. Yeah, so let's go back downstairs. Yeah, well, let me fast forward a while. You guys got to see a whole day. We're probably about, you know, we still have some time, and I'd like to do some more things. Like if I fast forward through a whole day, we'll let that get built. We'll come down here. We'll talk about, might even do like 2 days. Oh, let's take a look at our money. All right, we'll get a good idea from that, right? Profit and loss yesterday. So we had taxes, materials, yeah, very little. It was probably those chairs I put down, right? And then fuel, so we made 62 grand on selling the fuel. And so yeah, 242,000 for the day. Not too shabby, huh? Terminal fees, and we could talk about redoing some of these, but good. So I'm reasonably happy with that. So yeah, let's let these guys get building. And there we go. We get the delivery coming in, and we'll get them to build these offices. We'll get the offices built. You know, I could fill in some spots like this, and then, but I'd like to get some more money going so that we can start laying out and building some more stuff, and yeah, including like this. Okay. Well, let's keep going, and I will talk to you guys in a few minutes. I went forward a whole kind of extra day, I guess if you would call it that. And here is our area. And I was trying to think about how we would do this, and I thought about taking out this wall right away. But let's do a little bit of planning here. I got rid of that blue color that we had. Let's just do lime for the different offices, right? Now, at this point, we can't really go further this way, but I would like to consider that we could get rid of this gate, which would allow us to build this building further that way. So what I'm thinking of is just because this is offices, imagine you'd come up the stairway, we'd have a hallway here, right? So that means that we might have a little problem here, which is why I want to do this planning. Like these, I like the 5x5 office. I think that works out fine, right? So if we had a series of those along here, just trying to get an idea how many. All right, and then maybe we had like the reception area like here. Oh, something, you know, like in this ballpark. Let's just make that a 5x5 too, right? And then we would have, you know, like say a hallway that went this way, and let's just see what this works out like. So we would want, this is going to be a wall. Here, let me zoom in a bit. Oop, that's too much. Like that would be a wall there, right? And then there'd be 1, 2, 3, and a wall, and then another here, right? So that would be a 3-wide hallway. So this would be like 6 offices without having to do too much more. And then we could leave room for a hallway here, right? And then we would have more offices like right here. Oops. There we go. All right, and this is where I'm trying to think. And if we think about downstairs, and this being the edge of the building down there, I'm wondering if we don't, you know, I don't necessarily want to go that much further. Because if we were going to put a big security area in, right, I picture they come in here and they'd have to get up some kind of steps. So that this, let's do like magenta here. like this would have to be separated. So like this would be like a wall, and then like security would be up here, you know, in this whole area somehow. So you'd come up steps from the ticketing down there. Maybe I'm thinking that you would actually like come in this way and then get filtered through security and then come back out, right? I'm not sure how we would do that exactly, but the concept is started, right? So that means that how many offices did we get in here? So there's 6, 8, and then how many do we have downstairs now? 6, 8. Yeah, so that's, you know what? This is kind of good enough, isn't it? And we don't even use it in this one. And then I think what we would do is plan on getting rid of this up here. Let's go back upstairs. All right, so we'll eventually get rid of that, and then we'd have like wall, 1, 2, 3 wide corridor, and then wall, and then boom. All right, so if we wanted more offices, we would end up putting them over here. And then I don't think we would ever go any further than that, right? So we could have that many more offices up here. Now, you know what I'm not liking is let's do this. All right, and then we're going to do clear. We're going to do orange. Oops, stayed on clear. And we're going to do orange. Clear, no. Lime. All right, so that, why not put our reception? Because I know there is like a bit of a bonus to be in there. Yeah, we can't build this yet, but then, and what that does too for us, if we go back downstairs, is I think moving this gate will also give us some more flexibility with how we handle this ticketing. All right, because if we can take up this space, then that means maybe we can come up a little bit different for our security upstairs. So yeah, I think that gate's getting moved. Now, in order to move that gate, we need to start, let's go back upstairs. Oop, that's downstairs. What we need to do is start building this as a bit more of a priority, right? So this would be, I don't know if yellow stands out too well, but you know, we need to get all of this built so that we can get those gates moved up here, which means that we really probably need to get this built over here so that we can get another gate in and not like shrink our flights while we're doing all that. So yeah, we just have like a massive amount of foundation work, which is just as expensive as all get out. But hey, we're making it. We're getting there. So let's see what we need to do to get these offices in. So we're gonna need or want a little bit more foundation, and I'm thinking we just, yeah, do we really want? Nah, you know what? I think I'm just gonna do like to here, right? I don't know if you guys can see that through all the colors. And then I'm gonna do like that, right? And then we'll do, yeah, like that's fine. Right, like why build this? I don't think we'll ever need that, and if we do, we can build it because these things are not necessarily cheap. And then, so let's start laying out, you know, walls and such here, and doors. Get them on the works. All right, this is going to be like an open area, I'm assuming, for the. Yeah, I would guess this door should be over on this side. All right, and then this. And then we'll get some objects, ops. I think we could just use regular doors. I don't think they need to be staff doors or anything. Right, then I can't really do too much about these other ones until that foundation's built. But that'll get us offices up here, And see, look, it's kind of good. I guess I could have moved everything over, but I don't think it's really going to make that much difference, is it? Like before we build all this, I could cancel it, but no, that'll be fine. I think we'll be able to build over to here. See that? Like, and if we get rid of this gate, that'll be fine, right? Well, like we could even maybe do like another row of them if we really wanted that many offices. And because I think we could have like more salespeople, just so you know, that we don't currently have. Now, I don't necessarily think they all need to have their separate offices, but I think this makes a nice big plan for the offices, and I'm okay with that. We're at least getting the ones. If you think about it, we're really just replacing the offices we have downstairs, even though we don't need them all necessarily. You know, like I think we'll be in good shape one way or the other. If we learn something we made a mistake, we'll go from there. But okay, good. So this is going to be the offices built, and yeah, let me. Well, let's see. Let's go downstairs for a sec. I'm just trying to figure out what we do. Do I sit there? And we could do a little more fast forward. Yeah, see, this is. Yeah, no, the sales rep offices, they do have their own separate office. I'm wondering if they couldn't be in their own. You know, we could dismantle this and this. And then, yeah, we definitely want to put in all this stuff before we move them, don't we? Sort of one of those, I don't want to have too many, you know, probably too much stuff. Now this must be placed in an arcade zone, yeah. So one of the things to do is just see, yeah, the window view, ease of access to reception. So 25 by 20 or 5 by 5 is a great size office. The environment for this guy is not so great. This guy's negative environment. Right. Yeah, so having a few extra plants and whatnot in there is definitely helping this guy. I don't know if the coffee table helps or not. Yeah, the coffee table must be helping because otherwise this guy... See that? This guy... Well, no, he does have a... What do you have? Well, you have a coffee table too, but you're just not as happy. Yeah, maybe that arcade game may be doing more than you think. Alright, so I guess the thing to do would be to... I'm getting at is to decorate some of these. Yeah, let's go back upstairs, right? So in other words, let's decorate one up and just see, you know, like maybe we can try to force certain people to move into an office. I don't know if we can do that or not. Office decor, yeah, ops, yeah, office desk. I don't know that we took that one apart, but let's get this one done first, I guess. Right. Spin it around. Get an office chair. We'll get a... Yeah, that's remote security station. We don't need that. Alright, let's go to decor. And we're going to get this... Oops, decor. We're going to get this guy 2 bushes. Again, I don't think the coffee table hurts, so we're going to get him a pinball game. Because every executive needs a pinball game. And what structures? Is this where windows are? No. Ops. W-I-N. Yeah, window. Ooh. Yeah, we'll get him a window right there, right? We can get this guy a window too. Yeah, I guess those two will be the ones with windows. I'm not sure. You know, I don't think it's necessarily worth putting a window in the other one. But at least we got this guy a little bit decorated. And then we can move like one at a time and dismantle. And I'll probably do that between the episodes. And we'll see if we can force people one way or the other. Like, can I get the... I mean, do I really care? I guess that's the other side is... Do we really care if... You know, if a certain guy, but I definitely would want like my CEO or CFO to have, you know, an office with a window if we could force that to happen. I think we probably could, right? If we just got rid of this guy's office, he would figure out to go upstairs. So I'll see if I can do that, and you'll know, you know, at some point in the next episode if that was possible. there we go. So we got a little office area. We'll get a little reception thing going here. But that will be mostly for the next episode, right? And we'll have the offices built, and then, yeah, this is a little bit down the road, but we got to get this built. Do we want to build, yeah, let's see. Do we want to build something? We've got a few bucks together in a couple minutes before I would want to absolutely end the episode. Yeah, I think maybe we'll build this downstairs. Right? I mean, because, you know, moving these gates upstairs will be a bit expensive, and I'll probably end up running like some extra time forward. Do we have enough? Yeah, let me see. Before I do that, let's hit escape. Let me just come here to this extra large gate real quick. I want to figure out whether I want the... Like, these gates have to be in a certain spot, right? Objects, extra large. Oops. Yeah, so it is... I want to bring that down. See how this is? Like, I don't have the orange line. Here, I'll show you what I mean. This is what was confusing me. Like, see that orange line right there? I didn't have that like that. So I wasn't sure if it... Yeah, does that make sense? Like, where the yellow is actually where the gate's going to go. So I need to make the foundation go over the orange. I wasn't sure. Right, 310,000. All right, close your eyes because I'm going to go in the negative. But when we come back, we'll be back into the positive. And that'll give us enough room to build another gate over here when we have some more money. And we'll come back and do that together. So, and it's only 8 o'clock in the morning, so I should make up for a lot of that I just spent. And then we'll get these offices moved, and we'll get ready to get another large gate that will let us get a little bit closer to moving these guys, which means we need to get the floor upstairs here built where that yellow is, plus some, right? And then we're going to have to talk about, like, how do we, you know, move, or I don't know, maybe we keep those stores downstairs, but then we also put another set of stores and stuff up here for people and start really making this area nice with more things like flooring in here and, you know, get our environment up now that we're moving to our permanent digs. All right, guys. Well, let me know what you think. I'm definitely enjoying this series. It's a fun little game. There's always something to do. And then the other thing is, just so you know, when I fast forwarded, we're pushing it on our security at times. So, yeah, security will be an issue if things start going wrong. But so we definitely want to consider maybe filling in this little spot, even temporarily, to get a couple more security gates in, or you know, setups here. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, take care and have a good day. Bye-bye.